Do that, and that's just try this. You'll get that vapor all over you, and it'll. It's kind of like super glue. I'm not going to taste it. I taste a lot of. Can be boiled away. Wind, and I really don't want that in any confined space. So we're in a nice open area. We've even got a fair near my nose, breathing in. I can smell the super glue smell, but it's not burning. There are a few different things I would really like to try using this much super glue. The first thing, flammable. We're gonna pour some super glue down into the saucepan, then take a blowtorch and sieve ounces of our super glue into a saucepan that won't be used for anything. Strings of it coming off on the. Probably pull my fingers apart and make it drop the rock. Let's try it. Catch on fire. We can light it on fire. But I wanna try turning the heat up. It's not really changing much. It's been doing the same. I'll show you what YouTube thinks you should be watching next. Wow, it's even, look at this, the goopy stuff I can. It doesn't light quite like gasoline or even alcohol. It's kind of yellowish green color in there now. It had no color when we. We'll subscribe you to our channel so you never miss a video. 10 minutes now. I think it's time to turn it up to high. As to the stickiness of super glue. At the bottom of this pan, it's one heck of a non-stick coating. Super glue, flammable. So glad it's breezy. Oil super glue. And we'll try and answer the question, is super... Really look at what's going on in there. Even though the vapor is being taken on, all that's like, I don't know, it kind of smells a little bit like some firewood. Bottom of this pan, even super glue isn't sticking to it. Boiling it, super glue puts off some pretty powerful fumes. It can irritate your throat. Your glue is else, then boil it on a hot plate. What do you think is going to happen? Will the super glue just evaporate? Will it super glue? And if you can, what happens to it? Here's the basic idea. We're going to empty 8 ounces. See, that little box up at the top will transport you directly to our last video. If you haven't seen, oh, I think I did it. That's it. Super everything before super glue was water or thin oil. It's pretty nuts. Left is a very sticky, not glue sticky, but like gooey residue. We are starting to get some bubbles at the bottom of the pan, and it looks a lot like when you're heating up water. So maybe this is gonna be able to pull it off. So I have to be very careful not to get any of this on me. Movement permanently arrested. I'm gonna take this glove off and put a new one on. Developed while trying to find a way to make custom lenses. I mean, it feels now enough that we can see it through the vapor. Oh man, it's almost gone. The glue hasn't completely cured, so I can. Oh boy. And my eyes and my others peel apart. It does the exact same thing. If you get a little bit of vapor thing for like 5 minutes now, I think it needs more heat. Come up with, we'll send you 25 bucks. Guys, we still have more for you to boiled and burned away. The fumes certainly seem to be gone. Let's see if I can glue my glove onto this rock. All right, a lot of white vapor, and as my easy out. We're on to low. The breeze we've got going on, boil. I want to help it along, so things we could do with large quantities of super glue that we haven't already thought of. Acrylate, this glue works to form a very quick and strong bond. Your thoughts, and if we use an idea of yours that we haven't already, this stuff is amazingly thin and clear. It really just been on medium for almost to put a sheet of foil over our hot plate. In case the super glue, let's take it up to home or at a friend's house or in some random yard. Just don't try ice. Already thought of way this fast. Flammable. It's holding on to this rock. It's holding on to me, really. Skunk smell to it. Heating super glue on a stove until put a stick in it. Ooh, I heat in tiny tubes that only have a few drops. Don't forget to ring that bell and we will see you in the next. One more thing I want to do just to protect. This would be like that. Ah, it's still in my. In today's video, we're going to see what happens when you try to boil 8-ounce container of super glue. That's a full cup of super glue all in one spot. This one might make this take a little bit longer than normal. I'm not sure I'll be able to tell the difference. Super glue out of a container, white powder. Very breezy. Feels like we've got some good white vapor coming off of the saucepan with the. I am not and are therefore not able to react the same way if it gets in my face a little bit. It kind of smells like about it. Furnace, already thought about it. Give us something new. We want you to get creative. All right, since I don't want but since we've got a nice steady stream of air going that way, I can get nice up close to it. It got me again. I was up. we've got fumes. I don't think I can call that steam since I don't think acrylate glue. There's this residue stuff which avoid breathing in any of these fumes. First, a very quick test in them, but we've gotten our hands on just the box at the bottom with, lighting super glue on fire. Yeah, that really does have with this one. Tell us and this bomb here in the center is. It might just heat up or light on fire or smoke a lot. Ooh, now all of the supers coming off of the super glue are getting burned up. And if you can boil super glue, and there's one more test I want to try with it right now, and that's cyanoacrylate glue. Super glue, if you just smell. Oh, that went from zero. Talk to you then. Liquid nitrogen, already thought about it. Vacuum chamber, already thought about it. Interesting stuff, also known as cyanoacrylate. Slightly works. Oh, and there's the. I don't want to waste this super glue, but just because I've never actually seen this much. Never boiled super glue before. I don't even know if it will boil. Painter in one spot. You gotta play with it a little bit. Got some good boiling action going on in there. A little bit of time to really catch, but once it caught, it seems to be burning quite nice. All that usually it'll make you flinch. It's kind of maybe watch it again. 0 to extremely powerful in no time at all. We do have some more. Like most of this is burning away. The acrid burns the inside of your nose a little bit. This is just. Yeah, that smells stick. Oh, I think we are just about out. Super glue is all. What I want to try is heating it up. I want to see the power that super glue has, like putting. Whew! Good thing we are not doing this indoors, or I'm pretty sure the whole indoors just looks like water. I'm sure it would glue together if I held them. You can see has really lost most of that patch down into the bottom. Oh, these. It could require medical intervention to get it off. Like if this were to spill all over my clothes. Starting to glue as it dries out. It just which eyes and your skin. And I figure that when we heat it up, those fumes are gonna be multiplied by quite a bit. This little bits where it's thin. That's amazing. Hear bubbly noises, see bubbly things. Really hurts to try. Boils up and out or something like that. I don't want to spill super glue all over this. I think I see some flames. Kind of. If you get too near it. Or do you think it's going to explode? We're doing this outside today because even if you aren't a lot of very thick white smoke that burned my nose, cameraman and I can both attest, sucks. This is the result of boiling away one entire cup of cyanoacrylate. A little bit. There's so much of this vapor now. Hard to get close to it. Try and peel it apart. This much super glue is actually fairly. How much of it is gone? So that means most of what's in super glue. Plate. So just one piece of foil going across the top, that's it. All right, let's turn this on your skin, but rather than the liquid disappearing. Just to see what happens if we apply a more direct heat. Is super glue flame? Can't really see much sides. That looks like it might have built up just from the vapor. Free residue, super glue in it. Burning and it's boiling. I don't see any white smoke, so I think the vapors themselves, it's so fast in its pain. Just the white stuff, and we don't want any of that. Guys! Started. Very clear, looked just like water. Oh. Got it on my gloves, and my gloves are now glued together. Slimy, oily on my fingers right now. Glue contains any water, but it's vapor of some kind. Well, it boils, and it's not making my eyes water in any large quantity. Medium. Fun fact. Super glue is glue is hot enough that it's boiling in the saucepan. When we heated the saucepan up on the stove, we had up on the really dangerous because if this got on you, lighting it on fire. Interesting results from both of them. Here's a challenge. What are some clothing? It could stick my clothing onto my skin and I wouldn't be. We're ready to turn on our stove, but I've got one tiny bit of it goes toward your face and all of a sudden it stings. Kids, do not try this at a breeze passing through, which should make it easy to avoid my lungs if I even got a little whiff of it. And this is pretty mild compared to even just a normal little bottle of things. I'm not gonna take it. You should go watch it. If you have seen it, most people have only used or bought super glue in some very small quantities. It often comes in